New Black Wall Street Book Club. Evan Jefferson, brother, much love. Educating, elevating, because in knowledge is the power and we'll never give it up. Literature's for the masses. Where to put your money down, now how to watch your assets. Yeah, uplifting others is a passion. My brother Evan, he will turn it into action. New Black Wall Street Book Club. You should come read with us. Yeah, we comprehend and discuss. Yeah, we all just come together. There's no limit for us. Here comes your host, New Black Wall Street. Evan, take it away. New Black Wall Street Book Club.
All right, my beautiful people, thanks so much for tuning in. This is ERGJ, your certified financial educator, founder of the New Black Wall Street and the New Black Wall Street Book Club, also founder and CEO of ERGJ Black Bazaar. Good morning, Kelvin. Good morning, G. Diamante. How are you? Thanks so much for joining. Tonight, just another terrific Thursday, and we're ready to rock and roll. So I do want to make you guys aware of some things as Facebook is loading up and letting people know that we are here. We are going to go through the lessons from the richest black man in the world. That's right, the richest black man in the world. And for some reason, I did not write this, but I actually did write a book about the richest black man in the world, and it's called the Black Billionaires Club. And so we actually have a book that is available for pre-order. We are currently we're starting actually print today. So if you've already pre-ordered your book, just know that we should have them in next week, and we can start getting them out to those that are pre-ordered. If you have not pre-ordered the book, you can actually still do that through Father's Day. So we're going to, we have a deal going on through Father's Day. If you want to order the book, you can do that by going to theblackbillionairesclub.com, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Now here's the deal. If you pre-order the book by Father's Day, you're going to get a free gift. $99 value is going to be the stock market class for kids. The book is really about the 12 black billionaires. Out of 2,000 billionaires in the world today, only 12 of them are black. And so we wrote a book about them so we can do a study on black wealth. Study on black wealth. Everybody put in the comments about black wealth. And so here's the deal, guys. If you want to be wealthy, you got to study wealthy people. And here's what I want you to tell me right now is when I go to your library today, how many wealthy people are represented in your library? How many wealthy people are represented in your library? More than that, how many wealthy black folk are represented in your library? If you go and look at your library right now, how many rich, wealthy black folk are represented in your library? See, it's called standing on the shoulders of economic giants. And I wonder, what economic giants are you standing on? Are you standing on a Reginald F. Lewis? Are you standing on a Mansa Musa? Are you standing on a Madam C.J. Walker? What economic giants are you standing on, and are you teaching your children about? See, a lot of history has already come before us. I mean, at least if you got the Bible, you got one at least, right? Solomon. But my God, in your library right now, if you have a broke problem, I want to know how many wealthy books do you have in your library? Say if you put it in the book, black folk won't find it. That's why we started the Black Wall Street Book Club. Because I said, you know what? I tried this a lot of different ways, and I couldn't get people to participate, so I decided I'm going to do something different. I'm just going to read with you, to you, whatever you got to do, so if you'll pick up some nuggets. Now, I do want to let you know that we also, what's going on, Terry? How are you, Mr. Plant? Thanks so much for joining. Of course, guys, sharing is caring. Want to say hello to everybody that's in the New Black Wall Street. That's over at the ERGJ Black Bazaar, ERGJ Enterprise, New Black Wall Street TV. I want to say hello to you over the Atlanta Black Business Network and Black Enterprise. If you do want to interact with us, come on over to the personal page. We're broadcasting from the ERGJ home base right now. So come on over here and actually interact with us. We do want to let you guys know that this show is being sponsored by ERGJ Black Bazaar, where we bring African imported and black-owned products to your doorstep, making it easy for you to practice group economics. And so we make it easy for you. So you simply just go on over to the Facebook page, go to ERGJ Black Bazaar, go look and check out some stuff that you might be interested in. Now, here's the cool thing about what we're doing. When I looked at Umar Johnson, I said he was trying to build a school, but he was trying to get donations to do it. And I saw a flaw in that. The reason why I saw a flaw, because number one, as a financial educator, I teach the children this simple concept, that money is the exchange of value for value. Everybody put in the comments below, an exchange. It's an exchange of value for value. So for every dollar that you give or spend or invest, you should get some type of value in return. And so instead of me looking for donations to build this school, I'm going to do it off of sales. Let me repeat that again. Instead of doing it off of donations to build the Black Money School, where we can teach our Black children about money and prosperity and wealth, I said instead of doing that from donations, I'm going to do it from sales or from revenue or from profit or from the money that comes in from me producing and providing value to the marketplace. So every dollar that you spend with ERGJ Black Bazaar goes towards three things. I got three major goals, major life accomplishments that I must complete. Number one, the ERGJ Black Beauty Supply Store, which will be franchised across the country. Every dollar that you spend with ERGJ, either with Enterprises or Black Bazaar, goes towards funding the Black Beauty Supply Store. We must get these Asians out of our community. The ones that come and get all our money, but don't hire our folks. We must get them out of our community. We don't go into their community. They don't need to be coming in our community. Number two is going to go towards the ERGJ Black Nail Esthetician, Lash, all that stuff shop. You're going to spend all your money getting beautified, right, with the Vietnamese and the Asian folks, and you don't see one Black person in that store that's hired from the community. You never see them put a hiring sign on their community. They come into our community and extract our dollars, and that is going to stop on my watch. And then number three, the ERGJ Money School, where we're going to teach financial literacy, investment education to our Black youth. We must do something. And God, here's what I said, man. All of y'all not builders. I understand it now. That God called me to build. You might not be a builder, but you can still keep doing what you're doing, which is being a consumer, but just change where you shop from. That's all I'm asking you to do. Just change where you shop from. So we do have, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, I'm glad to see that natural thing right there. We need some more natural shops. That's cool with me too. What's going on, Miss Bradley? How are you? Good morning. So we do have a Juneteenth special going on. In case you don't know, this weekend should be a big celebration. It's the Black Folk Weekend, okay? It's the Black Celebration Weekend. Hopefully you're celebrating with Black folk. I mean, if you can celebrate Easter and you can celebrate March of Dimes, and you can celebrate, St. Patrick's Day, you can celebrate all Cinco de Mayo. And well, hopefully you're celebrating Black folk this weekend. And I want to make sure that you're Juneteenth ready. So we got a couple specials available to you. First is going to be your Senegal Royal Dashiki. You see what I got on? It's a Senegal Royal Dashiki. Senegal, in case you don't know about Africa. What's going on, Carl? How are you? Senegal is like the Beverly Hills of Africa, okay? So they got all the nice-ish in Senegal. So this comes straight from Senegal. It's a high thread count Royal Dashiki. And I'm going to show you a few of the colors. Obviously, you see the light blue. You see your boy looking like the king that he is. You see what I'm doing over here. And I want to make sure all my kings and all my queens, y'all get y'all royalty on. Everybody put the comments with royalty. Everybody put the comments on royalty. So we got a couple different colors available for you. We got the dark green here. Okay, you can get your dark green Royal Dashiki from Senegal. You can get your gray. This is a gray Royal Dashiki from Senegal. I'm gonna show you a couple more colors. I got 3 more colors to show you. Then I'll move on. Not gonna take too much time here, but I want to make sure that you know that every dollar that you spend, it goes towards the Black Billionaire pre-order. It's pre-order the book. It's right here. The BlackBillionairesClub.com. I'll put in the link. I'll put it in the comments. I think that's it. There you go. All right. That's the light blue, the green, the gray. This one here is your natural color. Again, your Senegal Royal Dashiki that you can get, okay? $35, normally $40, so you're getting $5 off if you order by June 19th. That was the white. Then we got 2 more colors to show you. Of course, within that was the natural. Then you got black, okay? As soon as I can get it open. Oh, that's the bottom. You got black. The Royal Senegal Dashiki, trying to make sure that you guys are Juneteenth ready. Yeah, you can go and celebrate St. Patrick's Day and Cinco de Mayo. Hopefully you're celebrating with black folk this weekend. And then you also have, I got the last color I want to show you is the burgundy. So you go ahead and go over to ERGJ Black Bazaar. Every dollar that you spend is going to be going towards the Black Beauty Supply Store, the Black Nail Shop, and the Black Money School. Not only that, of course, many of these are going to be unisex dashikis here, but then you also have, we also have the special that's going on for the ladies here, your ladies' women's purse, okay? We're going to do 25% off. Normally, they're $60. So I don't want to have no excuse while you rocking your your Calvin Klein and your Chanel bags and all this stuff. You get a chance to practice group economics. You got a chance to let your dollar circulate within your very own community. You got a chance to help out folks in Africa, where you come from, versus these white folk that you keep putting on your arms and keep advertising for them. So you have your wicker dashiki bag, or I'm sorry, your wicker wicker purse. We got it in black. Got your nice little expansion to get you more room, your dashiki print, and it also has an inside pouch. Got it in black, got it in turquoise, okay? And then on the inside, you got your little purse, your little zipper purse here, a pouch. Got it in turquoise. Only got 5 colors. I got it in fuchsia. That's the only one I got left in fuchsia. While this thing go, that it is. Okay, it's going to be gone. Whoever get it first. I already sold 4 of them yesterday. Got it in purple, okay? Wild purple right here, okay? And we got it in orange. First come, first serve, $45 through Juneteenth. Go ahead and make sure that you're Juneteenth ready. Going over to ERGJ Black Bazaar, every dollar that you spend is going towards building. Everybody put in the comments below, build. This is what you must ask folks in the community. What have you built? What are you building? Right? So the beauty supply store is going to employ black folk. The black nail shop is going to employ black folk. And we're gonna franchise that thing across the country. Right? The Black Money School is going to educate black youth about money and capital and what to do with the dollar and how to make their money work harder for them than they work for them. We got to get off of the plantation. We got to move away from picking cotton. We got to do something different, black folk, and I am the man to make it happen. Okay? So now let's get right to what we need to talk about tonight. Lessons from the richest black man in the world. Because here's the deal. The richest black man in the world wrote a little book for us. Make sure that we had something to take away, or he didn't write the book, but his apprentice wrote the book. Make sure we had something to take away from his life. The richest black man in the world is Aliko Dangote from Nigeria. Matter of fact, 6 of the richest black folk in the world are in Nigeria. Right? Don't you think we might want to study, and learn and understand our black history, our black wealth that's going on right now? Not 20 years ago, 400 years ago, right now. All right, Dangote's 10 commandments on money. Let's do a quick recap. The first commandment that he said was he wanted to make sure that when you got into business, you got into business for something for which you were passionate about. Wanted you to build your business off your passion. Everybody put in comments below passion. Build your business off your passion. If you're passionate about what it is that you build or create, when you come across adversity, you will persevere. You persevere through passion. Understand that. You persevere through passion. When you really want something, when you know that this is your dream and you want to make it a reality, you don't care what comes across your path. You don't give a crap what hits you in the face. You don't care about the obstacles. All you know is at the end of the day, you are going to finish what you started. And it's passion that gets you to the finish line. It's passion that gets you to the finish line. Number 2, he said to start small. Everybody put in comments on start small. It says start small. Don't fret humble beginnings. Where am I starting? In my office, at my home, selling stuff all over the world. I'm not just in Georgia. I'm in Texas, Louisiana, Canada, New Zealand. I stole stuff all over the world, but I'm starting small. My uncle told me, he said, you know what? You stay in that little room of yours until you absolutely have to leave. I was like, man, I want to give me, no. You just stay in that little room of yours until you absolutely have to leave. I said, okay, I don't know where I'm going to put all this stuff, but I'm going to stay in this little room of mine until I absolutely have to go. Okay? Until my business dictates that I must get a bigger facility. Start small. That's what the richest black man in the world said to do. That's what my uncle told me to do. I said, well, I might as well listen to wisdom. Listen to wisdom. Not being naive. Listen to wisdom, not enthusiasm. Listen to wisdom. Number 3, he said this. He said, sell cheap, give quality, but don't kill the competition. Everybody put in the comments below, don't kill the competition. See, competition is good for business. Competition is good. When you don't have competition, you find yourself getting complacent, and typically you'll find yourself out of business when competition comes back around. Again, when you don't have competition, you get complacent because you feel like you can do whatever you want to whomever you want because you ain't got no competition. But when you got competition, it keeps you on your toes, keeps you being creative, keeps you fighting for that number 1 position. And then number 4, he said something. Let's see what he said number 4. I forget. He said there's no substitute for hard work. Everybody put in the comments below, hard work. He said there is no substitute for hard work. Right? And in that lesson, we learned that people who waste your time are your enemy. People who don't respect your time don't respect you. These are some things that we learned from the richest black man in the world. And now we move on to part 2 of what we started yesterday, the 5th commandment. Adopt a catch me if you can business policy. Everybody put in the comments below, catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. Don't be in business just to add to the numbers. Don't be in business just to add to the numbers. And so where we left off yesterday, we were talking about how schools were built and how there is no financial education, the literacy and all that. Then we got to the place where we were talking about, what did we say? Let me see if I can remember where we was at. Oh, your brand. We were talking about your brand. That's right. So let's pick up where we left off yesterday, where we were talking about your brand. He said, you may be wondering how a guy who is just going into business could have a brand. The fact is that brands are not built overnight. It takes a gradual process to build a brand. Why I said that it takes a while to build a brand is because you don't impose a brand on people. They will not accept it. Before a brand is accepted, it takes a process. Consumers must watch the quality of the product over and over to make sure that it is consistent. That enables them to develop confidence in the product. They will also look at your capacity to make sure that the product is always available. So this is not a case of one overnight pushing $1 billion worth of products. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, that's right. I just want to make sure yeah, okay. But about products and expecting to take over the market. It does not work like that. You're dealing with a skeptical set of people. They would ask themselves, if they go for the product, how are they sure that the quality would be sustained? How are you sure after selling today, the product will still be available tomorrow? So it is not necessarily by flooding the market with a product at a point in time and selling at a rock bottom price that a brand gets acceptance. Consumers want to know your antecedents in the field. Where are you coming from? What have you been doing? Has the quality of your product been consistent? Has it always been available? You would agree with me that these questions cannot be answered in a hurry. It has to take some time. It has to take some time. This is why I said that successful brands are not built overnight. And that nobody can impose their brand on consumers, no matter how hard he tries. He must follow the process. Everybody put in the comments below, follow the process. There are too many of us who are pushing and pushing for overnight success. Pushing and pushing for overnight success instead of building and building and building and building and building for a lifetime. pushing for overnight success instead of building for a lifetime. You see how with what I just showed you, what I'm doing is I'm building and I'm building. And as I'm building this store is going to transform into a bigger store, a beauty supply store. I already have shampoo. I already got body spray. I already got oil. I already got shampoo and conditioner. I already got that stuff. I already got black soap and shea butter. I already got that stuff. So it only makes sense that it's going to grow and it's going to build. All I got to do is figure out the logistics for the structure of the store, and I'm off and running. So success leaves clues, but also success grows. But I'm building from a room to a store. But I already have an enterprise. Let me say that again. I'm building from a room to a store. And I already have an enterprise. If I never build the store, see, the reason why I'm building the store is not for me. You got to understand this. I'm doing just fine. I'm not building the store for me. I'm building the store for the Black community. It's bigger than me, right? I'm thinking about the children, the youth that are going to be looking for jobs, that need a place to go where they can be, maybe it's going to be the young boy who doesn't have a father, who's going to come and get employed at my store. And I'm going to be able to impart wisdom and knowledge into this young man and teach him how to be a man just by him working for me. See, it's something that's bigger than me. Maybe it's going to be the young lady who's been lost her whole life and she finds an opportunity to get with some people who are going to talk sense into her life and give her some direction, give her some stability. Maybe. Just think about it. It's bigger than me. I must build a store. I must do it. We got to kick these folks up out of our community. And we got to keep the wealth that we create in our own hands. I must do it. I'm obligated to do it. It's my obligation. I can't help it. I don't know why he called me to do it, but God darn it, I'm going to do it. Well, I was talking about building, right? I was talking about building. You know, they say that's why success is not built overnight. Nobody can impose the brand on consumers, no matter how hard he tries. He must follow the process. There's no shortcut. Remember what I said earlier. Nobody buys any product at gunpoint. To build a brand, you start from packaging. Your packaging must be very presentable, right? Appeal is a very important tool in marketing. Black folk, appeal is a very important tool in marketing. So I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but I know I've seen some terrible marketing in this social media space. How in the world, Black folk, are you going to be a graphic designer and you put out a trash design to show off your company or something? How you going to have a trash flyer to show off your company and you're a graphic designer? That don't even mix, right? Appeal, right? What is it that you're doing with these wonderful phones that you have to take pictures and to add little stuff on top of it to show people how much your stuff costs? I mean, what are you doing? You can't play around with this thing called business. It's called business, not business. Appeal is a very important tool. Look at Wanda. Look at Wanda with that nice picture. You see that? Yeah, man, we that jazz Wanda up. She's looking all just fly and dandy, ready to do some business. Appeal. When I look at your Facebook status and I look at your timeline, what does your timeline say about you? Does it say that you're about business or does it say that you're about business? Appeal. And what you don't understand is that it's not just the bottle. It's what you say. It's how you say it. Appeal. If you're sitting around on your timeline cussing everybody out, that makes your brand look bad. You see what I'm saying? Now, I know I'm pretty harsh, but that is part of my brand, that you're going to get some tough love with ERGJ. So that's a part of my brand. So I can speak to my brand. I know what my brand stands for. My brand stands for stand up guy, a man's man that's doing business and building entrepreneurs and building the black economy. That's the brand. So if you ain't with that, bye-bye. I have no problem with it because we got to keep building. Okay? That may not be your brand. You got to ask yourself, what's your brand? Don't worry about what my brand is. I think I'm doing pretty good with my brand. I think my brand speaks for itself. They say that your reputation precedes you. If you look at every one of my business pages, nothing but 5 stars, nothing but excellent customer service. So don't get it twisted because I might say that we sick, boss. Don't get it twisted. My brand speaks for itself. It's called results. You shall know a tree by the fruit that it bears, not the fruit that it talks about, the fruit that it bears. Where was I at? You don't necessarily have to be a manufacturer before you begin to build a brand. Once you have the capacity to buy in bulk, you can start your own brand. You heard that? Once you have the capacity to buy in bulk. Now, I'm sorry, I'm so amped up about what the richest black man in the world is sharing with us. I started this journey with 4 bottles of detergent. I didn't have a brand, I had a product. I started with 4. Black-owned detergent, by the way, true detergent, black-owned, operated, manufactured right here in Atlanta, Georgia. If you want to make sure that you make the switch, you stop dealing with Tide and Gain, which actually have to be the same company, and you start financing your own oppression. You want to make the switch to get into the black business game and support your own way. You can do that with true detergent, by the way. 101 ounce bottle, $15, 15 cents per wash. When we look at it, we cheaper than Gain, we cheaper than Tide. I'm gonna give you $2 off if you order today for your shipping, okay? Now, I started with 4 bottles, okay? And I took the 4 bottles, which is a case, and I flipped it. Everybody put in the comments, go flipped it. I flipped the 4 bottles. It's like the dope game. It's just a legal product. It's the same philosophy. I flipped it into 2 cases. Now I had 2 cases. I was making some traction. I still wasn't very profitable, but I had 4 cases. In other words, what I'm saying is I was inventory rich, even though I was cash poor. I was inventory rich, even though I was cash poor, because what I knew was that this was money. This was like gold. This was saying that everybody washes their clothes. And all I got to do is convince 8 people out of the 3,800 people that are connected to me right now. All I got to do is convince 8 people to try their own brand, to try something from black folk. All I got to do is convince 8 people. And I did that, right? So then I took the 2 cases and I flipped it into 5 cases. Now I have 5 cases. That's still not bulk, but now I'm moving. Because once I got up to 5 cases, my margin got bigger. That's right. Once I got to 5 cases, my margin got bigger. So I went from making about 37% returns to 50% return. Now I'm starting to get to the money. So now I took that 5 cases and I flipped that into 10 cases. I took that 10 cases, I flipped that into 25 cases. And then once I got rid of those 25 cases, I started hiring other people. So now I got a distribution center for true detergent, helping other folk make money, and I can move on and do other things. Got a distribution center in New Jersey, got a distribution center in Augusta, in Auburn, in Birmingham, in Chicago, in Virginia, in Tennessee, right? I got distribution centers. And what did I do? I started with 4 bottles. I flipped it and I built an enterprise. An enterprise employed by black folk. And this is what I always say. When y'all look at all these so-called economic leaders, what are they doing? And what the hell are they building? Because you guys got a little black brother from Decatur who just put 10, 15 people in business for themselves. for themselves. Not business for me, business for themselves. And now I'm into bulk. Went from 37% to 50% to 100% to 150%. But the one difference is this. And here's what I understood, and I understand I was a little bit different than most black folk. I was willing to work. I was willing to do what no one else was willing to do, even though I gave them the same opportunity. Same opportunity, different work ethic. Let me say that again. Very same opportunity, very same cost per bottle, very same opportunity, different work ethic. And that is the difference. Hard work. Day in, day out. You need a big shipping soap and detergent. What do you mean big shipping soap? You need detergent? And you got to hit me up, AV, what you talking about, brother. I don't know what you talking about, big shipping soap. I got you. Whatever you need, brother, I got you. All right. So once your brand, once you can start your own brand once you can buy in bulk. The danger, however, is that if the manufacturer's brand name is stronger or more popular than your own brand name, then you are in trouble. This is because consumers buy name. There's always the question of who is behind this product or service. For instance, you cannot rebrand TomTom and think it will sell more than Cadbury's, which has become a household name as well as an accepted brand. Or remove my bag of cement and put your brand name on it and think that you can sell it. Do you understand? I nodded. That is why I said that brands take some time before they are accepted. Even in your own community, where black folk make their own detergent, it still takes some time for that brand to be accepted by black folk. You see, the principles, they stay the same no matter what. So this is why I said the brands take some time before they're accepted. For us, it took more than 2 decades. Having been around all this while, do you think that somebody can just walk in and take over the market from me? Nobody can do that, even if he has all the money in the world, because this is not all about money. It's all about winning. Woo! Nobody can do that if he has all the money in the world, because this is not all about money. It's about winning the consumer's confidence. And you know that nobody can do that overnight. So if you want to build a brand, everybody put in the comments below, build a brand. If you want to build a brand, you should start by giving quality products to your consumers. You should also make sure that the product is well packaged. Well packaged. Quality product. Well packaged. In packaging, you should try to be creative. And that is by doing something different. I keep asking this question every day to all of you black business owners. What makes you different? If there's no differentiating aspect, nothing that stands out about what it is that you bring to the marketplace, how do you expect to dominate? What makes you different? And I don't care if you're selling lotion. What makes you different? I don't care if you're selling 100% all natural alkaline water. What makes you different? I don't care if you're selling black-owned laundry detergent. What makes you different? I don't care if you're selling African imported dashikis. What makes you different? That's a question that you need to spend some serious time asking, because this is what gives you what they call a competitive advantage in a marketplace filled with sharks. It's going to be what makes you different, what makes you stand out from the crowd. that's going to put you in a position to capture market share. It's what makes you different that's going to attract your customers. It's what makes you different from everybody else that's going to put you in a position of power. What makes you different? If you want to be like everybody else, you can't expect to get the same results. Why? Because they've been doing it longer than you. They've built themselves up and got their brand name out there. You can't expect to compete if you're trying to be like everybody else. Okay? Dangote is 10 commandments on money. Whew. Oh, what was that? Oh, try to do packages that would easily be traceable to you. This is what's called identity and branding. You must not try to imitate an existing brand. If you do that, you will fail. For instance, if you try to imitate my packaging, you will fail because since you are an unknown quantity, the packaging will be traced to me. Consumers who discover that it is not from me will still avoid your product because they would feel that you are trying to fake my product. You know the rule in business, the big fish will always swallow the small one. It cannot be the other way around. Going by that rule, head or tail, you will lose. However, my saying that you should try to be creative in your packaging does not mean that you should go away from what you should be in the consciousness of the people concerning the product. For example, blood capsules are usually coated red. It does not mean that if they are coated green or white that they would no longer do the same work in the body, but the reason they are coated red is that it has a direct appeal on the psyche of the consumer since blood itself is red. So the capsules are coated red to conform with the picture the consumer has in his mind. Therefore, if in trying to be creative, you come out with a white coated blood capsule, you will have an uphill task trying to convince the consumers that your own brand will do the same work as other brands that are coated red. The reason is that even though your own may contain more ferrous than the red coated ones, the white coat does not conform to the picture of blood the consumers have in their minds. In the same vein, if you are in the cement business and in trying to be creative or different, you come out with a square packaging, it will take you more than a decade to persuade Nigerians to accept that cement can come in any other package other than the rectangular shape that they are used to. The advice here, therefore, is this. The advice here, therefore, is this. If you want to build a brand, build it along with what is already in existence. And by this, I mean what already exists in the mind of the consumers. Don't be too radical. Everybody put that in the comments below. Don't be too radical. How many of you guys know some people that are so creative, they create their way out of business? They say, well, I just want to be so creative and all. They create their way out of business. Don't be too radical, or the market will shut you out. There's a maxim that if you want to make an impact, you have to stand out. That maxim does not hold in all circumstances. In the brand world, your best bet is instead of standing out, you should stand in and begin to improve on what is already in existence. If you stand out in a developing market like Nigeria, you lose out. If you stand out, you can only stand out if you are introducing an entirely new product, in which case, as an island unto yourself, you can afford to do anything you like. He looked at his wall clock and noticed that it was already past midnight. You have to go to bed, he said. I stood up and waited for him to close his notepad. After a while, he stood up, shook my hand, and headed towards his room. Since the time he threw me up like a 6-month-old baby and I protested, he's been keeping his promise to be treating me like his fellow chief executive. Now, whenever we are parting, instead of fumbling my head affectionately like the way dog lovers do their dogs before locking them up in the cage, he would shake my hand as if he was shaking the Sultan of Brunei. Did not only enjoy the handshake, but also used to draw a lot of inspiration from it. Now he's talking about how he's getting treated, how he's graduated, how he's been upgraded from just an apprentice to now a fellow or a peer CEO. And here's the question that comes from that. How are you treating your fellow Black business owner? Do you? That's a good question, because this is something that the Black enterprise, Black Wall Street, you got to ask this. How are you treating your fellow business owner? Do you treat your fellow business owner like a customer or like a CEO? Most people are trying to get CEOs to buy their stuff. Nothing wrong with that. But what I find to be the most valuable piece in knowing another CEO is how we can collaborate our efforts and sell more stuff to the consumers that are out there. So instead of me trying to pitch and trying to get this fellow CEO to buy my stuff, I look for a way to partner with them so we can sell more of our stuff to the people. You see the difference? Not my stuff, but our stuff. Everybody put it in the comments below. Our stuff. It's only at this place when Black folk get to the place of our. Instead of me, it's we. Instead of this is my show, this is our show. It's not a me show, it's a we show. I'm not doing this for myself, I'm doing it for the community. It's at this point when Black folk rise up and decide to work together with our stuff that you get to the point where you have bargaining power instead of begging power. See, united, we bargain. Divided, we beg. And until we understand this concept, we're going to continue to fight an uphill battle because we will not unite with our fellow brother and sister CEO that are doing things that we can actually collaborate with and give ourselves buying power. You can still have your brand, but still connect and watch what happens when you decide to put pride and ego aside and work with your fellow man. See, that's what we've done at the New Black Wall Street. That's what we've done at Club Millie. See, Club Millie is helping 1,000 Black folks save and invest $1,000, and we're doing it together. Group economics, collective thought, so much Black power, so much Black wisdom, making a Black difference. You got to ask yourself, who are you connected to? Who's in your library? What kind of difference are you going to make by yourself? And can you make a bigger impact if you are in agreement with somebody else? Well, guys, we've gone through the lessons from the richest Black man in the world. That was commandment number 5. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow, maybe. Now, I'm going to wait till Monday to start lesson number 6, because there may be some people that's looking to get this book. You want to follow along with us as we get through number 10. So I'll do something fun tomorrow, something different, probably something off the cuff. But I want to thank you guys. And remember, man, check us out, ERGJ Black Bazaar. We got the ERGJ Black Bazaar store where you can actually get your African imported products, other Black-owned products, Black authors. There's a Black bookstore in there and all that good stuff. We also have the Juneteenth special right now where I showed you the Senegal Royal Dashikis that you can get for $35 through June 19th. You also have 25% off your Ghana Wicker purchase, which I showed you as well. You get those for $45. Normal price is $60. So you want to take advantage of the sale while you can. Every dollar that you spend with ERGJ goes towards 3 initiatives. The ERGJ Black Beauty Supply Store, the ERGJ Black Nail Shop is going to have lash specialists and technicians and all that stuff, salon and all that. So it's going to be everything in one. And then the ERGJ Black Money School. I'm not going to ask you to donate to anything. I'm going to ask you to do what you're already doing anyway, which is buy, but buy from me what you can and help me to help us change our community. Well, guys, ERGJ, your certified financial educator of ERGJ Enterprises, your CEO of ERGJ Black Bazaar, your CEO and founder of the New Black Wall Street, and your founder and president of Club Millie. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. And remember this, it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build Black wealth together. Have a terrific Tuesday. I'll talk to you soon.
New It's the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Black Wall Street. With your host, Evan Jefferson. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Now, you ain't got to leave the computer, but we encourage you to get out there and learn and apply all the things you learn at the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Yeah.